So you basically want to play Meepo.
Yes, it's my main hero now, with 500 games.
500 games.
Yeah, a bit.
Okay. Okay, so you played a lot more Meepo than I have actually. But
yeah, but I can climb up with him, and it's a bit.
the okay, so the biggest issue is Meepo is not a very good hero to learn Dota on, to learn the required skills to climb MMR. Yes, you can spam Meepo and climb MMR to a certain point, but after a certain point, you will be stuck at that MMR, and doesn't matter how good Meepo you are, because even though you know the hero extremely well, you might not be learning the other mechanics, game mechanics, the other aspects of the game as much, because it takes a lot of yes, it takes a lot of skill to play Meepo, but it's not skill in the traditional sense. It's your how is it called, microing skills, which is a completely different thing, and your brain can only handle so much. If you're putting so much energy into microing Meepo, then there's so much other things that are not yet second nature to you that you still have to learn. And I think if you want to, I don't think Meepo is a very good hero to be playing at 3.5k MMR if you're trying to improve MMR. Yes, if you're trying to have fun, then do whatever you want. But it's a fun hero. I mean,
Oh, you are?
there's nothing better than keeping somebody in one place for 12 seconds.
Yeah.
So what do you call it? If you want to have fun, that's fine. But if you really want to learn MMR, then you really need to play other simpler heroes. And to be very honest with you, people who I coach who are below 4k MMR, I highly advise them to not play heroes like Invoker, like
Yeah.
Meepo, like
Yeah.
Naga Siren, or any hero who has a very high skill cap. I advise them to play simpler heroes who have who have a single how do you say um, like one sort of a play style, like Sven. Sven is an
Yeah.
excellent hero because all he
Ah.
does is farm till 20 minutes and then jump into team fight and kill
Yeah.
everyone. Right?
I'm
So
really bad with heroes like this. That's
yeah,
I
that's my point, because when it's a one dimensional hero,
mm,
like for example a Sven, a one completely one dimensional hero, then if you play Sven 5 to 10 times, right, only 5 to 10 times, you will know Sven as a second nature to you. You will know exactly what to do, exactly how to do it, and what you will then be focusing on is the rest of the game, is the other aspects of the game. For example, split pushing, for example, map awareness, for
mm,
example, whether you should be team fighting or you should be farming. These things like these, when to push, when not to push, how to keep lane equilibrium. These things are all very important, but um, you can't really learn that with a hero like Meepo, because if, for example, Meepo is not a one-dimensional hero. Meepo can do probably all of those things that I listed above. He can scout, he can gank, he can split push, he can team fight. He can always team fight, almost like a Spectre if you have a good microing skills and whatnot. If you keep one Meepo in a with your team, so it's really tough to learn those important aspects of the game if you play Meepo. So I mean, it's obviously your choice. But if I was to advise you, I would definitely say don't play Meepo so much. Don't put so much stock in Meepo until you
uh,
get to a very much higher level.
and the last time I spammed, naja, spammed the halftime of my Dota games, Arc and I climbed up with 400 MR.
Arc Warden.
Yeah, but he is
Okay.
actually OP, I think. Uh,
Arc Warden. Arc Warden is Arc Warden needs the first 15 minutes of the game.
yeah,
If he can farm freely without being ganked for the first 15 minutes. I don't play a lot of Arc Warden, but I mean, I've literally played maybe 10 games of Arc Warden. That's it.
mm,
But based off of what I've seen, and how the hero works, if you give him a good 15-minute start, then there is almost no way you can, like, most heroes cannot actually handle Arc Warden,
Mm,
just because the way he pushes, the contribution he has to team fights is just so huge that you just can't do anything. But once again, you're doing the same thing where you're playing a really high skill cap kind of a, it's a weird hero who doesn't really have a place in Dota at the moment.
mm.
So again, yes, if your only goal is to increase MMR and you want,
No, no, no. I want to have fun with the MMR is the second thing.
okay, so it's mostly the
uh,
skill. You want to get the skill.
yeah, yeah. I want to
Okay.
be good, and yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I mean. Like spamming heroes is not gonna make you good with in Dota. It'll make you really good. Like you're probably a better Meepo player than I am, honestly. The how much you played, because you know in and out of the limits of the hero. You know when
Mm,
you can, like, how far you can push the hero. But
uh,
what you might be lacking on is the gaming, the rest of the game. So if you want to do a Meepo, if you want to do this Meepo analysis, then yeah, we can do that. If you want to do another hero, then we can do that as well. So totally up to you.
mm.
What do you want to do?
Naja, the stupidest thing on my gameplay is I have no really mid hero. I
You
hate
have
this,
you have
and
not what?
I have not really a mid hero. If I need to pick one, I have only a arc one and nothing, and that's why I will learn to play a Meepo mid. Uh,
Right.
Everybody play Meepo in the mid. I hear sometimes Meepo safe and yeah, that's why it's
Oh, me,
it's a thing. It's a part from Meepo the mid game, and I think I can learn this.
Meepo can be played in mid as well as carry role. They're both fine. Mid Meepo gets more levels. Carry Meepo gets more farm.
Mm, mm,
And to be very honest, Meepo needs levels more than farm. I mean that much compared to how much farm he can get from mid to how much farm you can get to safe lane. It's better to play Meepo in the mid lane because the faster you get up to your essential levels, the you will catch up on your farm anyway. Whereas carry Meepo, yes, you can get a little more bit more extra farm just because of the fact of the safe lane, as well as because you can kind of abuse the jungle. But
mm,
to be very honest, it's always better to play Meepo in the mid lane, um, just because of the levels, more or less.
uh,
He will
uh,
catch up on the farm anyway.
uh,
Where are you? So where is it? Can you see my screen now on Skype?
um, screen Skype. Yes.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So you've got you've got a
yeah.
whole lot of Meepo and Arc Warden. So
Uh,
which game do you want to go over? We can go
um,
over whichever one you want. If you want to go over
the
Meepo, we can do that.
the newest game was I I win the game I think,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the start was really bad, and
Okay.
yeah, that's I failed in the start really much. I was a solo safe lane because the CM and the Venomancer say we go off lane. Uh,
Uh,
the
one.
X2, and yes, and yeah, that this was a situation like a mid game. I'm versus
Right.
a Phoenix,
You,
and
your worst is what?
a Phoenix,
Okay.
and yeah, I fucked up. I think I fucked up in the laning phase. Normally, I get the 1, 2, or 3 kills. The first 2 or 3 kills, and there I get nothing. This
All right.
was uh,
Um. Well, it doesn't look like you have. Was Crystal Maiden support with you?
uh yeah, half was.
Okay. So do you want to go over this game then?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, your item build is perfect almost. I don't know what you did. You go? Do you always go boots first?
Um,
That was
I I built a Trinket boots,
oh,
dagger, bots,
ankle
or the
boots and
boots of travel.
sorry. Say that again.
Trinket boots, dagger, boots
Dagon.
of travel. Yes, dagger.
Dagon.
Dagger.
Oh, dagger, dagger. Okay,
Uh,
okay,
uh, uh,
okay. Okay.
Dagger. um, Boots of Travel, and then normally I go for E-Blade, but this was a hard game, and so I choose the hex. Uh,
So normally, pretty much every single game, you want to go Boots of Travels first on Meepo, and then aghs, not Blink Dagger normally. And this is
mhm,
like 99% of the games, simply because once you have aghs, that's so Meepo. Obviously, the Meepo needs a lot of stats and survivability in the early game. And
mhm,
if you have Blink Dagger, then that's 2,000 gold. Well, you might go for travel boots into Blink Dagger or brown boots into Blink Dagger. Either way, that's a lot of gold that you've invested, and you've got zero stats, zero health. You're
mhm.
very vulnerable. So even if you, what are you going to make a Blink Dagger for? For ganking, of course. And
Sure.
if you are going for a gank, then without any stats, you're going to die most likely, and you're going to put yourself that much farther behind.
Mhm,
So going Blink Dagger, yes, you might be getting away with it in the 3K bracket, but I promise you, once you start climbing up higher and higher, you're gonna start realizing that your early game is becoming harder and harder because you have no stats. So even if you want to go for brown boots into um, um, bloody hell, what's that item called? Dragonlance. Dragonlance
mhm,
is pretty good on Meepo. In fact, I believe I saw Viha. Actually, if you go on this website, let's see. Actually, you should go. So whenever you want to play a new hero and you're having difficulty in Meepo. If you're trying to figure out what items you should build on the particular hero, you should
mhm,
always go onto this website, any hero, and you will see. So let's see. So these are all like high level play. Like this guy, 6,500, 5,500, 6K, 6.5K. Although this guy is 4.5K. So I don't know.
mhm.
So let's see what they're building. They're building TP boots first, then axe. Oh, see, there you go, Dragonlance,
Uh,
and
uh,
then
uh,
blink. I don't really like Manta too much,
I'm not too.
but I think it might be because of the Arc Warden that this guy pretty much made Manta.
Mm,
But yeah, so this is what I was saying, like travel boots, aghs, and then okay, this guy went for Dragonlance. Although I would have actually might have gone for boots of speed into Dragonlance and then aghs, but you want the mobility for you want the mobility, the TPing everywhere and farming for travels as well. So I don't know. It depends on your playstyle.
mm,
Again, oh yeah, there you go. Dragonlance is actually a core. There you go. This guy as well, same
uh,
item build.
uh,
Travels,
uh,
aghs, Dragonlance, Blink.
but I don't know.
Travels,
It's yeah,
there you
it's
go.
a bit stupid, I think.
It's every single game. They every single
Yeah,
game.
I never understand it. This. It's like power threads. I never built power threads on Meepo. Never,
No,
never,
no,
never.
no. Meeple wants boots of travels for
Yeah,
sure, for sure, for sure.
yeah.
Okay, so this guy went for aghs first and then boots of travels, which is kind of what I was saying. But then you kind of farm. So this guy farms aghs at 11 minutes. This guy gets travels first and farms aghs. So it's literally like a 2 minute difference. But I think going travels is better.
Mm,
Going travels first. But then you probably want to incorporate Dragonlance now, since it gives so much good stats for an agility hero, and Morphling needs stats, and he's an agility hero. Okay, fine, you don't get 140 extra range, but you don't really care about that because the
uh,
stats are so. This guy actually made two Dragon Lances.
uh.
This guy also, so probably some pro player in pubs actually must have made two Dragon Lances, and it
Mm.
became a thing. So,
I
okay,
think diffuser blade is better. It's
Diffusal Blade gives you agility, doesn't give you strength.
strange.
Yeah, because the 15, 14 strength is really, really good. Really, really good. And
Uh,
obviously, you know, you're going to make a diffuser later on anyway. But yeah, that's extremely important. So, going back to the point that I was making, that you don't want to rush Blink first without having a stat item. If you, the 1% of the games where you want to go for a Blink Dagger because you want to do some ganking and killing and all that, then you probably want to rush Brown Boots
mm,
into a Dragonlance, and then you can go Blink Dagger, or TP Boots into Dragonlance into Blink Dagger, because you need stats first.
uh,
That's the main thing.
normally I have my dagger so at level 9 or level 10. with for my third Meepo, and then it's possible to gank with.
Yeah, yeah. No, ganking is fine. Meepo can gank.
Tis
That's
in
not.
the bag.
But I think it's really hard to play without a dagger. It's
No, you
it's
can't. No,
really
no, no.
hard.
Meepo needs a dagger, but that doesn't mean you get a dagger at before your stat items. You need your stat items before you make a dagger. So um, your starting build. Why do you get smoke?
Normally I go with my level 4 or 5 in the mid and kill the mid.
Okay, so
in a normal game.
okay. You can wait to get your smoke a bit later. I think what you should start with is definitely a quelling blade, if not a full on.
I really don't have problems with last hitting. This is
No, it's not that. It's definitely not problems. You don't. Okay, so the reason why people get quelling blade in, like, let's say, like 1, 2, 3, even 4K bracket is because they want to get better at last hitting, or they miss last hit, so they want the extra chance of getting last hits. But the reason why you should be getting a quelling blade or a Iron Talon is because it helps you farm 40% faster if you're a fully right clicking hero, right? So if you are a Meepo, then you want to be utilizing the jungle as much as possible. So you need an Iron Talon or at least a Quelling Blade. And if you look at most of these high level players, like, okay, this guy didn't go for a Quelling Blade, but this guy went for an Iron Talon at 1 minute. This guy started at but I think he went mid. Yeah, he went middle, and this guy went jungle. Okay, so that's why he got that. This guy went mid and started off with Iron Talon. Usually, when you want to go mid, you want to start off with an Iron Talon more often, because you're not gonna go for Stout Shield. So this gives you the extra. I know you actually got tons of armor. This is also another. You what you were trying to do is correct. You need armor because you're not going Scout Shield. As a melee hero, you're not going Scout Shield, because Meepo doesn't really, Scout Shield.
I built a 2 Ring of Protection into a Basilius or Aquila and Twinkle Boots. And for this is this.
Aquila is a really good stat item, but Meepo doesn't really benefit that much from the mana. Plus, Meepo needs a stat item which gives you health. That's extremely important on Meepo. So Aquila, even if you look at the high level players, they will never make Aquila. I've actually never recently, as of the past like 4 or 5 months, people don't make it. Actually, 4 or 5 months, Meepo hasn't been played that much. Meepo isn't being played that much because he's in a really, really weird space. He's not very strong. He's an iffy hero at the moment. So, but Aquila is, you want to stay away from Aquila. You definitely want to start off with Iron Talon. Iron Talon. Everybody's making Iron Talon. Yeah. Because you can farm jungle that much faster. So you want to start off with maybe a single ring of protection, a quelling blade, and this region. The rest of the region is fine. I would stay away from Smoke of Deceit at level 1. You said you gank at level 4. Then when you ferry out your first item, you probably want to ferry out your completed Iron Talon. And if you can't get to this place, you want to get your boots as well. So that's when you can get the Smoke of Deceit if you really, really need it, right? You don't need to use your first 50 gold to buy Smoke of Deceit. If you've seen any pro people buy Smoke of Deceit early on, it's because Smoke of Deceit has a cooldown timer. And if you buy a smoke as soon as the game starts, then you sort of get one extra smoke. And if the enemy team doesn't buy it at the start of the game, then you get more smoke than the enemy team. But to be honest, in the 3.5k bracket, people aren't using smokes all the time anyway. You're not gonna have 8 smokes at 10 minutes or 20 minutes in, so that's never gonna happen. Maybe
I buy it not because of pro games. I never build something like pros. I think it's stupid because I can't understand why they build it. Why I need to
absolutely
buy it. This is.
No, this is very good. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be looking at pro people and making exactly what they're making, because you most likely are not going to, first of all, you're probably not going to understand exactly why they made it. And secondly, the situation that they made it for, even if you understand it, that's not going to be the situation in your bracket. Like, even getting a smoke, even to gank mid lane, how much, okay, how likely is it that they're actually going to put wards in, right? Secondly, even if there is a ward here, how
Mm-hmm.
likely is it that the mid laner is actually going to see you on the mini map? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
very
Okay.
unlikely, very unlikely. So yes, smoking is the right way to go, is the right thing to do. But I can promise you that 9 out of 10 games you can get away without smoking. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely do not use your first 50 precious gold to buy smoke. The first
Uh,
first 625 gold, it's extremely precious.
mm-hmm.
So
What do you think about the fairy fire?
Verifier is
Um.
really good, extremely good. You have to buy it.
Oh, okay.
Especially
Okay.
on every mid hero you want to have a fairy fire. On some supports you want to have a fairy fire. On a hero like Meepo, he's got a low health. He's got low agility. Yes, I mean, sorry, not agility, low armor.
Mm-hmm.
You can get damaged pretty quickly. So fairy fire, you're running away. The person throws his last hit on you. You pop the fairy fire. You survive. Huge, huge. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely good. Plus it gives you the 2 extra damage. That's also good. Meepo's got a very low, like 48. This is like the most ridiculous, like a support damage. Wow, you've got actually. So
Mm-hmm.
I see your map awareness. Like, you are not map awareness. You're like clicking everybody around. You're looking at their items. Information is really important. You've got an eye out on the bottom lane as well. It's all really,
Mm-hmm.
really good. Um,
Yeah.
there's a tri lane here, so not really ideal for you because with Earthbind plus Frostbite,
Mm-hmm.
you could have got a kill on what's his name, Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah.
So yeah, so it would have been really, really good if they'd sent somebody like Crystal Maiden had been up here.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second, please. This is another friend of mine. He plays a ton of Meepo. All right. Um, yeah, first boots. So yeah, so what I was saying is, like, you're looking at everybody's items and all that. So 3.5k people don't do this
Mm-hmm.
a lot. In fact, even you see all the way up to 4k people are not doing this. So this is a huge advantage, and your last hitting is pretty damn good as well.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that you should stop. You really should stop playing Meepo, except for unless you just want to play for fun, and you should play
Mm-hmm.
other traditional carries or mid heroes. Even if you don't like mid heroes, play a carry hero. Especially if you play Meepo a lot, then your play style is very farming type. So if you play a carry, I think you'll be really good. Like, okay, you'll be really good, and the way you're playing right now, your last inning and all that, I think you'll be pretty good as a regular carry, like Juggernaut
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. Now, buying Tranquil Boots, why did you do that?
Um, Normally I use it to farm in the jungle sometimes,
Okay,
sometimes, not every game, and I love the extra speed to chase some enemies or something.
okay,
This or to regen my Meepo if I get low with one, but, because I never send or nah, and the most time I don't send a Meepo in the jungle because I want two Meepos on the lane to play a
yeah,
harder hero to
yeah. I understand.
to win the lane. Yeah.
Okay, I think what you're focusing on, and that makes sense also why you go for Blink Dagger first. I think you're focusing way too much on killing enemies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're focusing way too much on ganking, and you're not focusing more on farming. Your
Mm-hmm.
main focus, you don't, even if you get to 15 minutes, or let's say, yeah, okay, 15 minutes, you get your aghs, blink, and TP boots, but you don't get a single kill. That's fine. That's completely fine for a meepo. That's like an
Mhm.
ideal game. Nobody kills you. You don't kill anybody. That's perfect. You don't necessarily need to have a lot of kills. Um, oh, that hurts so much. I hate Phoenix. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what you should be focusing on is keeping one meepo here, get as much farm from this and experience as you can, and then keep one meepo at very least at like 14 minutes in. At the very
Mm,
least, you want to be farming this small camp every single minute, right?
mm,
And Tranquil Boots, yes, it keeps your health up, but Tranquil Boots is extremely shitty item because it you have to wait on meepo because you have to wait 13 seconds without right clicking to get the effect. And Meepo, you always want to be right clicking, you always want to be farming. So Tranquil
mm.
Boots doesn't really help you that much anymore. It's better to just get if you think you're having trouble, just get a casual ring of regen.
Mhm.
The 325, 350, I forgot how much gold it is. If you want that, just get a casual one of those because you might actually. Do you go for Vlad's?
Let's no, never. I think it's a item for guys who can't play Meepo.
Okay, okay. Let's
I
see
hate
if
it.
anybody here makes Vlad's. Nobody makes Vlad's.
It's
Okay.
like a heart. If you can't play Meepo, buy a heart and let's and a Meg maybe. This is
Yeah,
so
Meg.
this is no, I don't like it. I hate it.
I'll go. One
Oh.
6.5k MMR made made Vlad's. Now Vlad's is Vlad's is really good if you have a team who really needs it and there's nobody in your team who's actually like, look at this team, nobody, this guy's not gonna make Vlad's, this guy's not gonna make Vlad's, this guy,
Yeah.
nobody, none of these guys are gonna make Vlad's, but Vlad's will be quite good because you've got a fair amount of, apart from this guy, they're all right clickers, so the
Mm,
armor and the aura is really good. So if team, if you're a team oriented person, then you might go for Vlad's.
mm,
Uh, yeah, it's not a bad item, but obviously in the 3.5k bracket, you don't really want to go Vlad's because your team isn't really going to benefit. You don't really care about the other four people in your team.
mm.
So, but I do think that you should not get Tranquil Boots. Instead, you should keep it to brown boots and rush TP boots always. And you want to have Iron Talon or just the Quelling Blade just so that you can farm the jungle faster. And you should be just imagine you're playing against bots, or imagine there's not even enemy heroes in the game. Imagine all you need to do in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game is farm. All you're
Yeah.
concerned with is farming. Like this time that you're spending here, you missed this lasted, that was 50 gold. You're gonna miss that other lasted, that was 50 gold.
Mm,
So you're missing a lot of gold, and Meepo wants gold. Meepo doesn't really care about getting these kills. Even if you get this kill, you've missed out. This is what 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in means 40 CS has passed by, and you've only had less than half of that.
mm.
You
Yeah.
you had 16 CS instead of 40, and the fact that Meepo, a hero who can actually farm this jungle, so you should have more than 40. You should have 50 CS at 5 minutes in, but you
Yeah.
don't because you're focusing way too much on getting kills. And yes, if the enemy player is slightly lower skilled than you, looking at how you're playing so far, you are quite a skilled player. But the thing is, the higher you get as Meepo, the more skilled the enemy team is going to be as well. So
Mm,
doing these things, you said you always get a kill or two in the early game, and
yeah.
that's probably because the enemy team players are bad, are worse than you, are really bad. And that's why instead of getting that 50 CS, you've actually managed to get 3 kills, and you've managed to get like roughly the same amount of gold because one kill is worth about 300 gold, which is about what 6 CS. So if you
Mm,
get 3 kills, that's 18 CS. So even if you had 16 CS right now, it would put you up to about 35 ish, worth about 35. Yes, but to think about it this way, you don't need to worry about getting kills if you get all the CS here, or most of the CS here, and all the CS here. And then
yeah.
also, what happens then is you actually end up having a lot of gold, but you have zero kills, zero killing sprees. So even if they kill you once, you're not giving away too much gold. But if you in the early game get 3 kills and then later on somebody kills you, they get that much gold, that
Mm,
much more gold. So there are merits to getting kills, yes, of course, but to be honest, as a meeple, you always only want to focus on farming in the early game. Of course, I'm not
mm.
saying if there's a 2 HP hero, don't go and kill him. You know, if there's a chance to kill, go for a kill, but don't
uh,
sacrifice as any carry, any carry. Do not sacrifice your farm for a kill.
a kill
Oh,
kill is never good for a carry.
sorry.
A kill kill is never good for a carry.
W-
Somebody said it to me.
what kill?
A kill kill, kill versus kill trade.
Oh yeah. No, no, no. That's obviously never good for a carry. But also, what is not good for a carry is missing a whole creep wave just for a kill on the offlaner.
Mm, mm,
Like if I'm playing offlane and I actually manage to bait the carry, like he's chasing me, and a whole creep wave has passed by, and he gets the kill. He's got about 200, 250 gold from the kill, but he's missed 250 gold or 200 to 250 gold from the lane,
yeah,
which is also more XP.
yeah.
So, so I've won as an offlaner, really. So
Mm,
you want to be focusing on farming. As a mid hero, it's slightly different because if you manage to waste the other enemy mid hero's time, yeah, it's kind of worth it. But as a meepo, again, you need farm as well, so it's
mm,
tough. It's tough. You need to focus more on farming.
yeah. At one point in the game, um I don't try it again to kill him. I just farm it here. This is
Yeah,
this. I
yeah,
just farm at
exactly.
the hard camp
Yeah.
and the lane at the same time, and yeah.
Yeah, though this is what you should be doing anyway. You don't need to wait for 7 minutes to be doing this.
Mm,
And obviously, if you had, let's say, if you were sending out while you were farming here, and let's say at 4 minutes, starting from 4 minutes in, you were sending out your clone or your main meeple here to farm this small camp,
mm,
then you would have been getting this small camp every minute as well, without giving up too much of your health. You didn't even need tranquil boots. You could have had like a quelling blade or a full-on iron talon. And I bet you, if you go and watch any high-level player and in the carry lane and see what they're doing, I bet you that every starting from minute 2 or 3, like as soon as they get their second meepo at level 3, they will be sending out their clone or their main meepo to the minimum small camp, and
mm,
then they might also be pushing out this lane like you're doing right now. Every single creep wave they push out and they start farming. But you only want to do this if you have no support or if you can't zone out the offlaner. If you're
yeah.
zoning out the offlaner, then you want to take a little bit of a hit and you want to keep lane equilibrium and just farm here. Of course, it's going to give you less farm, but that means that the offlaner is still level 2 at 6 minutes in, and that's also a victory. You know,
Mm,
but in
mm,
this case, obviously, you don't have a support, and the offlaner is getting all the XP anyway, so you might as well push out the lane, farm these two camps, get all, and keep doing it again and again and again. Push this out. What you're doing right now, this is perfect. This what you're doing right now. People in the 4K bracket don't know how to do this. Believe me, like people. I had a guy, a student, 4.2K the other day, and he didn't know how to do this.
mm,
Push
mm,
out this wave and farm the side camp. So it's really good that you're doing this, but you should have been doing this all game long from the
mm,
beginning. You shouldn't have
mm.
been focusing too much on killing the Phoenix.
And do you think I don't need Tränke? Does that
No,
okay? Yeah,
no,
I don't need Tränke. And
no, I don't think so.
Ring of Basirs or Aquila? What's with this?
Ring of Aquila. It's really up to you.
Uh,
Because if you start off with a wraith band, which I don't really recommend, but if you start off with a wraith band, then you can make a Ring of Aquila. But I really wouldn't recommend Ring of Aquila. I think just go for Iron Talon. Start
mm,
off, maybe not first starting item with your 625 gold full Iron Talon. Maybe just get a um, uh,
Quilling Blade. Do you mean?
you can get a cutting blade from here as well. Maybe you can just go for a, what is the armor item called?
Ring of Protection.
Ring of Protection. Yeah, just yeah, right here. Like just start off with a Ring of Protection, a Tango, a Healing Salve, and a what do you call it?
Fairy Fire.
A Fairy Fire. Yes, a Fairy Fire. And then you can buy a Culling Blade from the side here, and then you can upgrade it to what do you call it? A Culling Blade. Upgrade it to Iron Talon,
Mm.
and maybe Ring of Basilius as well afterwards with your after boots. So you're gonna have at let's say around 2 minutes you're gonna have an Iron Talon, you're gonna have a little bit of regen, and you're gonna potentially have boots. And after boots you can make Ring of Basilius. And as soon as you get Ring of Basilius, which is gonna be around 3.5, 4 minutes, that's when you
Mm.
start farming jungle rapidly. You
Yeah.
just want to be farming jungle, and maybe ask your support to be stacking this camp, this large camp, if it's possible. And even if your support doesn't do it, if you once you level 3, you can do it yourself with your
Yeah.
clone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so stack this one, and if you've got 3 or 4 stacks here, send your clone here. Stack this one. Stack this one. It's really good to stack these camps as a meepo, and
Mm.
it's quite easy as well because you've always got clones, and you can always bring them back immediately as well.
Yeah.
So practice, you need to practice on doing this, but definitely maximize your farm is the main goal here.
Mm. But I always feel useless if I farm so much. I feel
Sorry.
bad. I feel useless if I farm so much. And here's my first death. This was stupid. I tried to farm this, and then come the Ember.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
to be honest, there is no ward, there are no wards here, so
Mm.
you probably couldn't see the ember coming up. um Okay, small mistakes. You did actually make a small mistake.
Uh,
So first off, there are no wards here. You couldn't see the ember coming up. I don't know. It's not that much of your fault as it is the fact that you actually don't have a support in the lane.
mm.
Secondly, um, I think you underestimated What the hell is he actually? Wow. Okay. Very uncommon for a Phoenix to max out spirits because Phoenix really is strong because of Sunray, and she should have been maxing Sunray. So, fact that she maxed out or he maxed out spirits, and you actually underestimated the damage of the spirits, so you actually
Mm.
didn't TP out immediately. And I think even if Ember had not come, you still would have died here.
Yeah.
I think so. Uh, yeah, I think you still would have died.
Mm.
You still would
Okay.
have died.
Yeah. 70 damage.
Yeah, you still would have died, even if Ember hadn't come. You just underestimated the damage from the Phoenix. It's not a big deal, to be very honest.
Mm.
It's fine.
Mm.
You should have TP'd your Meepo off immediately, but to be honest, if I was you, I would have died it there as well because I wouldn't have expected the Phoenix to have fairy spirits maxed at this point.
Uh, uh,
Let me just close the door. Hold on, so the noise coming in.
There you go.
Yeah, so don't worry about your death here. It's not a big deal.
There you go.
Also, actually, going back to your death here, uh, let's look at your items when you died. Right? You've got 940 health. You've got zero stats. You've got a blink dagger, but you've got zero stats. This
Uh,
comes back to the same thing. Like by 10 minutes in, you could have had a point booster and a ogre club, which gives you 200 more health, which
uh,
makes which lets you survive this gank.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so stats extremely important. Like
Mm.
maybe you would have died if Ember comes anyway, uh, but maybe they wouldn't have gone on you if you'd had so much high health. So I don't know. Point being that you definitely died much
Mm.
sooner, much easier because you didn't have stats. You just had
Mm.
a blink dagger, and really blink dagger doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Then I try for the next time. A dagger later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. It's your. It's not the item as much as it is your playstyle. The reason why you're making that item is because it suits your playstyle, and your playstyle is very, very gank oriented. You want to kill people. You want to constantly kill people. You have no items, but you're trying to kill people. That's
Yeah.
not. That's not ideal. You know, you could have gotten this kill, by the way.
I
You
was not
missed
sure
micro.
for Elo or something. I was very confused.
So you missed your. You could have thrown more nets in. Did you throw
mm,
all three of your nets?
no, no, I only do one every time.
Yeah, you threw one net, but you missed.
Uh,
You could have definitely taken this fight, actually.
I think he died in a few minutes or seconds, but I'm not sure.
You could have definitely could have taken that kill.
Mm,
Alright, then you TP top, blink here, and a little bit of a miss micro there as well.
here I try to
Yeah.
wait to cancel this then.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so what I was saying is the reason why you're making these items is because it suits your playstyling. You're putting way too much focus on killing heroes
mm,
and pressuring the map instead of farming. And really, at this point in time, your main focus should be farming. You should just not worry at all about pushing towers, about getting kills or anything. Right now, you're spending, this 20 seconds or so pushing this tower, right? Taking the tower, but what is it going to get you? Nothing. Pushing the tower
yeah,
isn't going to get you anything. You're
mm,
probably not even going to kill the tower, and even if you kill it, how much gold are you really going to get? Instead of spending that 30 seconds taking the tower, you farm out this whole jungle, which gives you more than 600 gold, 500, 600 gold.
mm,
So definitely focus more, change your playstyle to focus more on farming, getting gold, farm, go through the
mm,
jungle faster. Once you have aghs and blink dagger, then you can go and uh, look for kills, pressure the
yeah.
map.
I think the Furion is always good to get a free kill as Meepo. Here, this was stupid from the Terrorblade. This was so stupid.
Did he not have Sunder?
Yeah,
He didn't have Sunder.
I don't know. I just killed him and she.
No, he didn't have Sunder. No,
mm,
it's good. It's good getting free. This was a free kill, which is very nice. But again, the kill got you how much gold? Let's see. The kill got wow. Okay, he was so farmed. So the kill got you 400 gold, which is really good. So getting a kill on Terrorblade definitely worth it, 100%. And your
mm,
whole team was here. Well, not your whole team, but at least three people were here.
yeah,
Axe was here. This guy was here. CM was coming up as well. So it was a safe kill, very good kill. This was definitely worth it. But how did you come here? You should have come through the jungle. Let's see where you came from. You should have been farming the jungle and then sent one Meepo out here, then teleported the rest of the Meepos onto this guy. So
yeah,
you need to improve your farming efficiency, definitely.
mm. Yeah, this was my problem all the time. I'm too aggressive
No,
sometimes.
not you're not too aggressive. You're just focusing too much on hero kills
Mm,
rather than farming. I think um, being your aggression is fine, but if you use this aggression after you have blink and aghs, then it's
yeah,
perfect. So
mm, mm,
before you have blink and aghs, you should just focus on farming.
yeah,
Let's see how free kill is Furion. You've got a blink dagger, so Furion is a free kill, I guess.
yeah. He was stupid. He tried to TP.
But he doesn't. He can't really do anything else other than TP out. So
Yeah, yeah.
Queen of Pain, Furion. Yeah, but you die here. So is it really worth it? I don't think so.
Yeah, this was a bit stupid. This I was too greedy. I'm always.
I mean, it comes back to the same point that how much stats do you really have? You know, how you don't have aghs yet. Yes, you have blink, but you don't have aghs. And if you have better opponents, then they will take advantage of that and they will kill you a lot more. Like right now, they're not killing you. They're not focusing on you because 3.5k bracket. They don't really Meepo isn't really played that much anyway, so people don't really know how to deal with Meepo anyway, especially in 3.5k bracket. But if you're in the 4k bracket or 4.2k bracket or something like that, and the enemy team sees that you made blink first, they will immediately start focusing down on you, and they will make sure that you don't get aghs until 20 minutes into the game. They will start warding up the jungle, and they'll start warding up the jungle every time they see you. They will go and kill you. It becomes really difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll just keep delaying your aghs, so it'll become really tough.
X for TP boots or after then?
I think go for TP boots first and then aghs, because TP boots lets you split push so much effectively in the early game. Like you will have TP boots by like 8 minutes, and let's see what time high level people are doing it. 10 minutes. This guy made blink 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So 6 to 10 minutes, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is mid. This is mid. This is mid. The safe lane 10 minutes, which is a bit weird. But
No.
I guess it would have been a difficult safe lane as well. So yes, I'd say 8 to 10 minutes. You will have TP boots, and then you can quickly, TP your one meeple here. Use your poof to farm that wave and TP another meeple out somewhere safer. The rest of the meeples follow with a poof, so you can quite quickly like farm lane and then go back to the jungle, farm the jungle pretty fast, especially if you have a Iron Talon. So you'll have your aghs by about 14, 15 minutes in, and then blink. So I usually have aghs, blink, TP boots by 18 to 20 minutes if I don't die too much or have a bad game. So at 18 minutes or 20 minutes in, once you have travels, aghs, and blink, then you start fighting. Then you just tell your supports, put wards up. As soon as I see somebody, go with me. Let's go and get kills. No. But you know what you did just now? You went and farmed, even though the guy is here. You're farming, and you threw out a net. Yeah, if the guy was caught in the net, you could have gone on him, but you don't focus too much on him. This is how you should be playing the first, 18 to 20 minutes of your game. Just what you did right now. That was perfect. Didn't focus too much on the.
Really?
Sorry, didn't focus too much on that guy. If he did get caught in the net, then yeah, you can maybe focus him. But if he doesn't, don't bother chasing him. Don't bother wasting your time. This is pretty good with ulti.
Okay.
And she dies because she doesn't know how Terrorblade works.
Yeah. But he is a really bad X player. It's a friend from me. He tried X and
Okay, so now 19 minutes in, you've got aghs blink, and okay, you don't have TP boots, but you have enough to start killing people, and that's exactly what you're doing right now. Oh wow, beautiful, excellent net. Yeah.
The Venom get a kill.
So this is your power spike now. Venom got the
What?
kill? Oh.
He had the ulti on.
Oh, okay. So this is your power spike now, and that's what you should be doing. You should be getting kills, and it's really easy for you to get kills right now. That juke.
Here die Ember, I think, in a few seconds, and this was cool, but I don't know.
So
yeah, I forgot what to say.
what are you gonna make next?
Scepter, yeah, Shiva Scepter, Sheepstick.
Sheepstick, yeah, Sheepstick is good,
yeah. Normally I get the E-Blade because I play a right-click Meepo more. I think he can better right-click than poof, and that's why I built.
I mean, to be honest, in the early game, he is better at poofing Your push
Yeah,
does more damage, and then in the late game, your right click does more damage. So I actually never make what's it called,
E-Blade.
E-Blade.
Mm,
I'd rather go for. I think I usually go for Scotty first. After this, I
mm,
go for Scotty, and then I go for Sheepstick.
uh,
Well, sometimes I go for Sheepstick. Sometimes I go for what's it called? Um,
E-Blade.
Stun. No,
Also,
no, no.
Abyssal Blade.
Abyssal Blade. Yeah,
Uh, uh,
because if enemy has BKBs, then I definitely
uh,
wanna get something to stun through the BKB.
Here was the Abyssal Blade, my last hope to get Terrorblade down,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's why I make that.
Oh, you did make Abyssal. That's nice.
Uh,
To be honest, there's an axe in the game, so Terrorblade shouldn't really be that strong because
mm,
axe is so good against Terrorblade. Does he have blade mail? He doesn't have blade mail. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Oh, how
I,
did you die?
huh?
How did you die? Silence. Too early. Way too early.
Uh,
Oh,
the Silencer
Terrorblade
skilled
got
his
out
ulti
too
at level
fast.
10. It was a 3k game.
That's rough. That is rough.
Mm. The Shadow Demon was hard. He made illusion from, or two illusions from Terrorblade, and with
Yeah.
Octarine Core he can illusion from make from the illusion, and he pushed constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, 16-second cooldown, 14-second duration. So if you have Octarine, you can just keep making illusions. But your
Uh,
illusions keep getting weaker and weaker, so I don't know.
uh, he pushed it very hard, more than
Yeah.
Terrorblade. Here this was stupid.
That's good.
Uh, in the late game, it was I was the carry, like I want to be, and yeah, but my team, this was a bit
You
too
you should
squishy, I think. Huh?
you should always go for
Voidstone first?
ultimate or the
What?
ultimate orb before you go voidstone.
Nah, I don't have the space in my inventory, and then
No,
I got the
because
Voidstone.
you go for ultimate orb first, and then when you have enough for voidstone, you sell your Basilius.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have Dust of Appearance. Well, if you didn't have Dust of Appearance, then you could have just put the other Voidstone here. But you should always go for Ultimate Orb first. Why do you have this? For Furin?
Why?
Does Furin have it?
For
Okay.
sure. He escaped one times, and
Oh, okay.
I was angry.
Yeah. I mean, in this particular case, I think I would have just sold Ring of Basilius, and then, okay, so I would have gotten Ultimate Orb first, and then when I have enough for Voidstone, then I would have sold my Ring of Basilius and put the Voidstone here.
Mm-hmm. No, I do it. Oh no, I don't do it. I don't know why, but I
It
buy the mystic stuff.
just because stats are so good on this guy.
Uh,
And that's why Scotty is so good on this guy.
mm. Do you think Skadi is better than Dragonlance? So
Yeah, of course.
funny, guys. Huh?
No, like Scotty gives you so much more than Dragonlance. Dragonlance is an early game item. Scotty is a mid to late game item because Scotty
Mm.
gives you. Uh, right, let's see. Where is Scotty? Scotty gives you 25 all stats, and Dragonlance gives you 14
Yeah.
stats on uh, 14 stats on agility and strength only.
Yeah.
Like Meepo doesn't really need mana that much, but it's the fact that you really get that much more stats, that much more health, that much more agility, armor, all that good stuff. Plus
Mm.
the added slow, it actually stacks with your strike. So you
Oh. Yeah.
basically, yeah, you basically stun the person.
Mm.
Really, like not
Yeah.
stun the person, but like
Yeah. Bind him.
Yeah, kind of binds him, sort of. Like it's 20% from your Earth bind is 20%, right? Yeah, 20% move slow from a Geostrike, and then Scotty is 35%. 35%. So 35 plus 20 is 55%. So you really just make them half as fast as they are. But on top of that, you've got Earthbind. So even if you miss Earthbind, you're pretty good. You got a free kill.
Yeah. He doesn't know my hex.
Oh, you got Hex. When did you get
Yeah.
Hex? Oh, you got Hex. Okay. Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even poof.
Yeah, because it's faster to hit him. I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be honest, you are still. I think poof is still pretty strong. Um.
But if he burn, I don't know. If the Ember do a shield, the magic shield.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine. If he had magic shield, then he would have done no damage at all. So yeah, this is
Mm,
fine. You're almost doing the same amount because it's 134 damage per guy. More than 1 second on hit, and then
yeah.
poof is almost the same amount after reduction, and it's 1.5. So you're right. You're doing more damage on the right click, so it's fine.
Mm. Do you think a Dragonlance is better for a good game or for a game without farm?
I think Dragonlance in the early stage is good anyway. Like before, after your Blink Dagger, you can go
Mm,
Dragonlance, definitely. And Sheepstick is more of like a situation. And to be honest, if this was a 5K, 6K game, I don't think Meepo would have been making a Sheepstick here, simply because you've got very good lockdown with Axe. You've got Silence. So once Silencer uses Silence, then unless they have BKBs,
yeah.
then, or Mantas, they're not really doing anything. So I think going for a Scotty, if this was a higher level game, Scotty over Sheepstick would have been definitely better. So you could have
Mm,
actually gone, Travels, Aghs, Blink Dagger, what's it called, Dragonlance, Scotty, and then maybe thought about either a Sheepstick or something else. But
mm.
because there's an
And
Ember in the game and you've got a Silencer, so really, and Silencer and Axe, so they can both lock him down. So if you gank with your team, there's pretty much no need for you to spend 6,000 gold on
mm.
this item. You could have gone for a much more damage heavy item.
Normally I try to gank solo with the TP boots. I for Emma I try to hide and wait for him,
Yeah,
and then yeah,
I
with a
mean,
team this is bad.
the thing is, the higher you get in levels, in MMR, the less these things are gonna, like, you're not gonna be able to actually gank people solo, because it's gonna be possible that if you're going to gank an Ember here, his whole team is right behind him, or two people are right behind him, and they can actually turn around and kill you. So,
Yeah.
and also Ember is more or less always going to have his remnant back. So if his teammates just prevent you from killing him in the sheep duration, then he's going to escape. So I
Mm,
mean, at the moment in your bracket, what you're doing is working for you, so that's fine. Oh wow, it's fine, but it comes back to the same thing over and over again. That if you're not learning the game mechanics and how the game is working and split push and all that with other heroes, just Meepo, then you're making it tough for you later on. Like, how long can you keep playing Meepo? So
mm. What do you
like,
mean?
I mean, if the enemy team uh, bans Meepo,
Uh,
you can ban it in all pick now. If they
yeah.
ban Meepo, then what do you play?
Um.
It becomes
PA and Spectre are my best carries. Oracle my best support, and yeah,
No, what I mean is
Silencer
like
sometimes.
you're playing so much Meepo that your highest, your best hero by a huge
Okay.
margin is Meepo, and
Mm,
if you have to play something else, then you're not actually playing that other hero to your current skill level.
yeah.
You're not as good at other heroes as you are at Meepo,
Mm,
and Meepo is in a very weird space anyway right now. Like he's quite easy to deal with. Like Arc Warden is hard to deal with. I'll be honest with you. Arc Warden is better hero than Meepo is at the moment.
Yeah,
In many
he's
ways.
OP now, I think.
Yeah. He is still OP. Not
Yeah,
now. He's still OP. He was totally broken before, but he's
yeah.
still quite.
Yeah,
He's still quite
before
OP.
I don't played him with the Divine Rapier thing. I think
Yeah.
this was too noobish, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
I played him twice when the Divine
uh,
Rapier thing was a thing, and it was just not fun to play. It was just
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. It's just winning without go in the base.
Yeah, like it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
uh,
It's just
uh,
stupid. Even now, it's quite a shit hero, but whatever.
mm,
Right, the game is pretty much over at this point.
nah,
Like what? No,
this
what I
was.
mean is what you're doing now is completely fine. Think this is where you've got a very good handle in the mid to late game, but I think the early game is where you are definitely like struggling. Actually, even
Yeah.
now, you could definitely be split pushing a bit harder, but it's fine. It's fine.
Mm,
You're getting kills around the map. You're moving around with your team. You've got one meepo or two meepos here split pushing the jungle. Well, farming in the jungle, so that's fine. Push the
no.
top lane, so that's all fine. It's just that these two guys, Terrorblade and Ember, are so good at pushing that you actually can't. If it wasn't Ember and Terrorblade in the enemy team, you probably would have won by now.
Mm,
Because look, the guy is actually skipping. This guy is split pushing, and he can be back as with his team any second. So it just makes it that much harder for you as a Meepo to
uh,
do that same thing. So it's just like having a Tinker in the game, like Meepo against Tinker, same kind of story.
uh. Now, if I have some enemy like this in the enemy team, I just camping for him and
Yeah.
yeah, killed him and
Uh,
try to end.
see, this is what I mean. Like axe initiation, that's it. You lock
Mm,
down the enemy, and then you jump onto them, and then say you kill everybody,
yeah,
and you will take this tower so much more.
yeah. But the Ember was
Actually,
really bad too.
Terrorblade.
If the
And
Ember bite Lincoln Sphere, yeah, I will lose this.
well, I don't think it was a matter of Lincoln Sphere. I think if his team had bought a few observer boards, then he
Mm,
would not have died because the main thing with split pushing is really having vision. Like you
uh,
can't really split push without vision. So Ember should really not have been here. You know, when you killed him here, he shouldn't have been pushing if there wasn't a high ground ward here, or if he didn't have vision on Meepo. But obviously, having vision on one Meepo is useless.
yeah,
It's tough. It's tough as an Ember. Meepo is a good counter to Ember.
it's hard. In
Well,
the time where, huh?
Meepo plus Silencer is pretty much a complete
Yeah,
counter to Ember,
yeah, yeah.
unless he makes like a Manta. Yeah, Manta would have actually been enough.
BKB not?
Well, if you have Sheepstick and he
Mm.
makes BKB, then you can just get Abyssal.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get it this in
So
this
whereas
game.
Manta actually guarantees that
Mm,
there's a 66% chance that you're gonna get the wrong person, and he's gonna be able to um, remnant away. So I don't know.
uh,
It it's really about uh, it comes down to skill really.
mm, mm,
Plus, um, Ember is Ember didn't need to split push. Actually, if you pick Ember into a Meepo, then you're picking Ember as a Meepo counter, not to split push, but because you have Sleight of Fist with
yeah,
Battle Fury and crits. So if I was Ember, I wouldn't have been going for Manta like he is. I would have just gone straight for damage. I wouldn't have been split pushing. I would have
yeah.
just stayed behind my teammates, and as soon as I see Meepo, I just start throwing in sleight of fists because you take that much more damage.
Mm. No, I thought at the beginning I lose this game because
Mm.
of the supports and the Ember. And the pick, my Meepo pick was a a YOLO pick. This was yeah, why not?
Did Terrorblade get Sunder off?
Huh? Terror what?
Did he get Sunder off? Did
I
he
don't
manage
know.
to get Sunder?
Yeah.
What did he Sunder? What the hell did he Sunder?
Yeah.
He actually didn't get any extra life.
Maybe Ilu.
What? It actually looks like he sundered a lower health Meepo than
Yeah.
himself, and he actually ended up giving you more health. I definitely think he sundered a lower health Meepo, and he
Lucky.
ended up giving you more life. So that was a mistake on his part.
Yeah.
I think if it's just too much of a dirty fight, because I think if he just keeps clicking one Meepo, obviously he's clicking your main Meepo, so that's a mistake. If he just kept picking this Meepo and he sundered, maybe even sundered this guy, because this is really complicated. He sundered this guy and then just kept picking this Meepo, I think he would have killed you.
Do you think yes?
I think so.
Because I had the E-Blade to save one Meepo.
Yeah,
and
like E-Blade to save that Meepo is pretty damn good. So maybe I don't know, but having your half life back again, that would have been huge. Like, how much health does he have? He has 2,500 health. No, that's you. He also has 2,005. So having 1,500 health back would have been huge. So I don't know if he used this under properly. I don't know.
do we had a Hurricane Pipe at
Did
this
he?
point? I think so.
He actually had the Hurricane Pike. Yeah, he had the Hurricane Pike. He didn't use a Hurricane Pike, so 3.5k bracket, you can get away with things sometimes.
It's the most hated item from me versus Meepo, a 4-star for Hurricane Pike.
Yeah. Especially if you've got like three 4-staffs in the enemy team, you're like, shoo, okay, he's gone. You're not gonna catch him, man.
Yeah. It's more a counter than a BKB, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you can still right click and you do a shit ton of damage from here. That's like if you count.
And they can't move.
Yeah, like if you say 5 Meepos are attacking one person and you're doing 150 damage, then that's like 750 damage almost per second before reductions, of course, and that's a huge amount.
That's why I built this E-Blade too, because of the damage I get.
Yeah, they still had a chance. They still have a chance right now. But the way you're playing, it's fine. Okay. What is Terrorblade? Sunder? No Sunder. Did he have Sunder? He had Sunder.
I don't know.
He had Sunder.
Oh god. Aye.
He had Sunder. So he could have Sundered any one of these many Meepos. Or aghs. Panic.
Really bad.
Panic. It's a 3.5k panic.
The Furion too, he tried 5 times to get our bot Rex, but he never do it. He never finished it. This was stupid, I think. He always run away. Naja.
Yeah, you kind of have to kill him in this duration, otherwise don't kill him. Yeah, Meepo is a good counter to Ember in the early game, and then Ember is a good counter to Meepo in the late game.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. I mean, if he gets Abyssal, if he gets Divine Rapier and a crits, and you're pretty much finished. Like if he'd gone for crits here, dateless, would have been doing a ton of damage to you, and then he goes for Divine Rapier. That's it. You're pretty much screwed. There you go. You just have to kill him in that duration. That's it. Did he not see you TPing in?
Don't know.
Oh, okay, you went back. That's good.
You mean my TP on the creep
Yeah,
or
yeah,
what?
he didn't see you.
Uh, I always walk a bit back if I do this, and
Yeah,
then.
yeah, that's
Uh,
good. Yeah, I definitely think that if you just focus a little bit more on farming in the early game,
mm,
then your Meepo play will just go that much like higher. You definitely you can definitely go above 4K, or at
uh,
least up to 4K with the same skill level on Meepo.
uh,
If you just focus a bit more on the early game farm,
mm,
and that's pretty much it. Like you really shouldn't have won this game. Um,
mm.
but you won it because the Terrorblade and the Ember really didn't do what they should have been doing. And it's just 3.5k. They're actually just doing fine for 3.5k bracket. You're playing really good for 3.5k, but you definitely didn't need to push the game to 46 minutes. And the reason why you had to is because you just got your items too late and you wasted so much time in the early game
uh, uh,
with the Phoenix. Even died to him. So
mm.
this guy. All right.
But the Iron Talent thing is a great idea, I think. This,
Yeah, just to increase your farming speed.
uh, 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 I will. I think I will test it if I try it.
This guy just keeps dying like for no reason. That have you seen that they have not pushed as five a single time? Not one
I
time.
don't know.
They haven't pushed as five at all. I think the top lane was taken by Terrorblade by himself,
Uh,
but not a single time have they pushed as five.
yeah, yeah, sure.
They've
The Shadow
got
Demon was always solo.
Yeah, the Shadow
Uh,
Demon is solo pushing. The Furion is split pushing solo. This guy is split pushing solo. I think the only two people who go together are Terrorblade and maybe Phoenix, and
uh,
that's it. Everybody else is just doing solo shit. Nobody comes and helps Phoenix, so that's wonderful. Okay,
uh.
there was only one person left, so
Yeah, the Shadow Demon he farmed with his Octarine Core, pushed with his Octarine Core. Uh,
okay, that is actually pretty insane what Shadow Demon is doing.
uh,
And it goes to the same thing. Like if they had been all five, then there would have been like 12 illusions of Terrorblade or something like that.
mm,
How do you even deal with that? Of course, aghs can, but if you remove aghs somehow from the equation, how do you even deal with it? You can't deal with it.
I
They
can only
really,
jump and try to kill the real one.
yeah, like you can jump and you're not gonna disable anyone. You're just gonna keep taking right clicks unless aghs jumps for a perfect counter initiation. So yeah, I don't think you should have won this game, but the fact that you won this game just means that if you just improve your early game a little bit more, you're
Mm,
literally gonna jump up really really quickly. So yeah, yeah. So
uh,
only really one big thing that you need to change, and that is your early game mentality, and that's
mm,
it. Once you change that, that's it. You're set for the next 500-600 MMR. Yeah.
mm.
Apart from that, I would highly recommend to you that you play different heroes, not Meepo. I think your personality, if you play a lot of Meepo, your personality uh, you would be pretty good with heroes like Luna, heroes like Juggernaut,
Mm.
and like even what's his name, Gyro. Where's Gyro? Gyro, because these guys like Luna, like once she has level 7, you can go and gank, and she's
Mm.
also farms really quickly. It gets her farm up, and you like getting kills, so Luna is getting good for that. Same goes for Juggernaut. Juggernaut has a huge kill potential in his lane. Once he gets level 6, he can go and get kills. It farms jungle really fast, good farming and everything.
Uh,
So I think if
I,
you
I I play PA really much with the
okay,
early build with Diesel and Vlad, and uh,
don't go Desert Lads. Go for Vanguard into Desolator. Forget Lads.
why?
Go. It's extremely strong on PA. You go for. Where is it? You go for either phase boots or treads. You want to go for treads only if the enemy team has a huge amount of nukes.
Mm.
If they don't have nukes, you kind of always want to go phase boots. And then you go Vanguard into Desolator. Sorry. You go phase boots or treads, and then Aquila, and then you go Vanguard first, and then you go Desolator, and then you can go any other item. Really, that is extremely strong because you get Vanguard and Deso by about 18 to 20 minutes, and you can literally start diving towers. You don't even care.
Oh yeah. It's
Extremely
tanky,
strong.
no?
Sorry?
It's tanky then.
Yeah, extremely tanky. Like I've been doing that for a while now, but then I'll show you a video to watch, and it'll be really good for you. Can you search in here? Yeah, you can. There we go. Uh,
Hier Analyse das,
you've
ne?
seen it?
Ja.
Okay. And also, recently I had a very good fellow. Here we go, 3.2k. So this guy is roughly about your MMR as well, and he was really really good as well. So you might be able to learn a couple of things from his gameplay, and I think he went the same item build. Let me just check really quickly. He went phase. Yeah, phase, Aquila, Vanguard, and then Desolator. And he actually played PA right after watching that same video from Purge. And he had almost a flawless game. He just made a couple of mistakes on the item build, but yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
so any other questions you have?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm completely fine, I think.
Okay.
So, thanks for the help and tips, no?
Yeah, no worries at all.
Really cool, I think. Really cool.